Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Hello, welcome back to the channel, new and old subscribers and just casual viewers. Here is the third box in the Bob Somerville collection. We're in the house now. It's a bit warmer than the garage and I've dusted off the dust on this particular box. And there we are, there's the first opening. I have seen the top of the box myself. So, Matchbox, trains again. What I'll do, I'll just put the box on the floor, then restart the video and take out whatever's in one by one. Okay, here's the first item. Looks like 1/72 scale Matchbox swordfish, 3-colour kit. I remember doing these as a kid, the 3-colour kits. And there's a few in there. The Lynx, Junkers 88, Sky Servant. As you can see, the model looks totally intact. It has been opened, or it's about to be opened. Let's just have a look. I think actually it's just the box falling apart there. Looks totally intact. You can take that out and have a look. Could be a while since any of us saw a 3-colour kit. So here we are, 1. There's the stand. 2, 3. There's your 3 colours. There's your instructions. And of course, no canopy on the swordfish. Just might try and see if I can see a year for this. Can't see one there, looking closely. What about on the box? Do we have a page? Oh yes, we do. Don't know if you can see it just there. 1974, Lesney Products, London, England. Made in England. Bit of a gem. Won't be many of them left with the box, I bet. Right, cut the video there and I'll get the next box out. The decals, the little screen, and the stand are also in the box. Didn't show those. Here's the next box. Little Colgate, 00, wagon, Hornby Railways, R004, 5-plank wagon. I must admit, I heard the name Colgate. I think about toothpaste. I didn't realise toothpaste was shipped by rail. Let's take her out of the box, have a quick look at her. To be honest, just trying to give you a view there and get a close. She's never been run. Never been run. Absolute spanking new. So we'll have to pop her back in the box, or him. And it didn't look like that box had been opened, to be honest. It's absolutely mint, the box. Bit of wear there on the edges, obviously from packing, but perfect. I'll jump straight to the next one. They're pretty easy to hand. The Bristol Beaufighter Torpedo Bomber Mark 10, 1/72, 3-colour kit. She's got the swordfish there, still. No, it wasn't on the side of that one. This must be a later series because it's got the Jaguar, the A7 Corsair and the Helldiver. Again, the seal's been broken on the box, but chances are it's all there. And because the seal's been opened, I'll I'll just take a second there to have a look, check everything looks like it's there. Decals, bit curled up, I must admit. You can still get those out. Instructions, main fuselage, engine cowl, wings, tailplane, undercarriage doors, cockpits in this case. Actually, that back one's the mid turret. Ooh, the stand's got itself wedged in there with the lower wing, wings and engines. The stand complete again, as you would expect. And the next surprise, Supermarine Walrus Mark 1. I must admit, I do remember making this as a teenager. Lovely little thing. This one's in Walrus Amphibian Aircraft, it reads just here. It's a bit too small to show you on camera. Carried by the Town-class cruiser HMS Sheffield, landing in Hong Kong Harbour in 1938. And the thing about all these old Matchbox kits, and I know there's been a lot of interest, is the guys who did the illustrations and the paintings, whatever you want to call them, works of art in themselves. And there we have the last model we did, the Beaufighter, the Jaguar, the Helldiver. And there she is. I won't keep taking these out of the box. I will do when I put them on eBay to prove that everything's there. So two choices. You've got the 283 Squadron, RAF Italy, 1944, and the Royal Navy HMS Sheffield. You can see the colours in there, there's the yellows, etc. Lovely little kit, great starter kit for when you were kids. I'm stacking those up in the corner so you can keep seeing them. I'll get the next box because I actually can see what's coming next this time. Matchbox 2 colour kit this time, F4U Corsair, US Marines, there's a carrier, and that one is pilots of the US Marine Training Squadron. Sorry, if I move it away I can't actually read it. Cherry Point 1952, so it's post-war flight deck landing tests. And that's got the Gladiator, which we've seen, the Mustang, the Hurricane, the Norfolk F5 Freedom Fighter as it used to be called. Again, I won't take this kit out of the box, but there's the one, US Marine Training Squadron, that's the one that should be on the front, and US Marine Squadron Aircraft number 8, VMF 211. And that is the Training Squadron, Aircraft 14. Another nice kit. Move the Colgate wagon to one side. I'll just grab the next one. That was on the box of the last one. Now the P-51D Mustang, the Dooley Bird, as thrown by Flight Lieutenant A.S. Dooley, commander of 8th Squadron, RAF Molesworth, lifts his Mustang Dooley Bird into the air. August 1945. I thought the P-51D was the last variant of the Mustang flying in the war, really. And there we have on the other side a Hurricane, a Norfolk, a Corsair, and a Red Arrows Nat. That's pre them flying the Hawk. First time I saw the Red Arrows, they were still flying the Nats. And there she is, 19 Squadron Molesworth, 1945, or the other choice, US Air Force 485 Fighter Squadron, 370 Fighter Group, 9th Air Force. What's the betting that we have every one of these models? Just a quick show there of a stock list, I suppose. 172nd Squadron, multiple colours. What's going to be in this box, I'm guessing. Indeed, there's a Hurricane, and that marks the time. W.H. Smith, 30 pence. This is Hawker Hurricane of RAF 67 Night Fighter Squadron attacking German airfields in the Seine area of occupied France. Excuse my pronunciation and coughing, if you will. So we've got Strike Master, a Northrop F5A, an F4U Corsair and a P51 Mustang in this series. And there we have it. There's the Fighter Squadron Night Ops, Warmwell, 1945, and RAF number 3 Fighter Squadron. I'm not having to stop the video now because these are quite easily to get to in the box next to me. There is the Gladiator, 1/72nd scale again. Multicolour kit, I think. I'm not sure, it doesn't say it on the box. You can see the box is being sealed down. It's number 73 Squadron Gladiators from Digby on interception exercises over the North Sea in 1938. I think RAF Digby's not that far from Scampton. Don't quote me on that. There is a place called Digby near there. And what's saying we won't see a Huey Cobra, a Strike Master. I think that's a German Alpha Jet. Yeah, it's an Alpha Jet or a Westland Lysander. It's an all one. Well, and here we have the Westland Lysander. Again, the box has been taped up. I'm assuming these boxes have been taped up so that none of the parts are lost. A little bit of bomb dropping going on this Lysander on the winglets. And this is one of 16 Squadron attacking a motorised advancing column on Dunkirk in 1940. And there has been a lot recently to say people at the time thought where the RAF were, what were they doing on to save the beaches. Well, they were attacking behind the lines as well as covering the beaches. They were doing a lot of work. So if people thought they didn't do anything, hopefully that corrects a bit of missing justice perhaps. They were there, were fighting hard. I forgot to mention on that one we had the Alpha Jet, the Strike Master, the Huey Cobra, the Gladiator. We've got one we haven't seen on the side of the box now in a 2-colour kit. The Focke-Wulf 190, patrolling over the Eastern Front on December 17th, 1942, shown attacking one of 7 and its Russian Pt.4 Petlakov. They destroyed on this first sortie with the new FW-90. I mean, the P-2 is a twin-engine bomber. It looks tremendously slow. The Focke-Wulf 190, that was one hell of an aeroplane, equally a match for the later Spitfires, etc. So no surprise the Russian P-2 has gone down in flames there. Then we have a Boeing P-12 on the side, Mitsubishi Zero, a Spitfire Mark 9 and a Hawker Fury. So let's see if we get the rest of those. And indeed, here is the Mitsubishi Zero. Zeros from the carrier Agagai attacking Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. I didn't want to get that date wrong and guess it, even though I might have known it. I think I might have guessed 1940. Focke-Wulf 190 on the side we've just seen. The Boeing P-12, the Spitfire Mark 9 and the Hawker Fury. And there she is on the back. There's the name of the carrier, if you can see that. So you can excuse my pronunciation and just have a go yourself. Put that up there, get the next one. And there is, on the previous box, the Pt.4, the commander of the 95th Attack Squadron, leading his squadron into the air on patrol duties December 1931. These were, I think these were early US fighters, obviously. Didn't see service in the war. 2-colour kit again. Again, I'm not taking it out. We know it's all there. There's no need to do that. Then loose, we have a little train. It's Lima, made in Italy. Little wagon, looks in good order, has been run. We also have an SO tanker. I can't see who this one's by at the moment without getting closer, and I'd have to stop the video to do that. But it's an SO tanker. Given that the last one was Lima, let's guess this one is, and it has been run. Whoops. Well, what there? Right. Coupling had come down. And there is a Spitfire Mark 10 from the previous box. One of Spitfire of 124 Squadron takes evasive action after attacking a German Ju-88 over the French coast. And there it is, being chased by a Focke-Wulf 190. Again, all there, choice of 2 colours. In its box, still got the original tape. I doubt some of these boxes have been open. I think the sellotape is just so old on them that they've started to peel. Here we have a P40N Warhawk, Kitty Hawk. These were flying in the desert, from what I remember. I'm off to struggle to read that caption. I am colourblind, and black on those colours is, believe me, not easy for me to read. In an attempt to link up with the American 5th Army southeast of Rome, Canadians of the 8th Army attack Veneto, supported by RAF Kitty Hawks armed with 250-pound surface blast bombs, June 1944. Another 2-colour kit with the HLS 125, the Skyhawk, the F-1OG Starfighter, and the Provost T-Mark 1. I remember building the Provost as a kid. I can see now we're stacking out of sight. We're on our way to the ceiling. Will we get there? Who knows? I think I said that was a Henschel 125. It really was a 126 on the side of that box, and there it is. Let's just have another quick look at that. Group 21 Henschel with DFS 230 gliders fight their way through to supply German forces encircled at Combe on the Eastern Front in 1942. Another lovely bit of artwork there. You know, it's worth photocopying these before I sell them, just for the artwork. I might just do that. I've got my own scanner. That's another one up top. Armstrong Whitworth Siskin 3A from the Barry Brown Record Centre, 36 pence. I think a basic Airfix model now, you're looking at £18. I know they come with some paints and a paintbrush, but 36 pence. This is back in the day when I was buying them in the 70s, mid-70s. I'm off to guess on this one again. Yeah, 1974. I wonder how many kids wanted to buy the Siskin though. It wouldn't have been on my list. Spitfire, Hurricane, Jets. Maybe the odd helicopter, not the Siskin. Let's just read that there. Above their base at North Weald, Siskins of 23 squadrons break formation for their landing approach to the field. November 1928 that depicts. There's a bit of, I don't know what you call it, dust on that particular box. There's an ME-262, P-47D Thunderbolt, a Brewster Buffalo and a Hawker Tempest, yet to come in this series. And no sooner have we seen it on the side than we produce it. Oh, cheaper. Barry Brown, this must have been bought the week before. 35p. 2-colour kit. New Zealand Squadron, number 488, lose 2 aircraft and 5 damaged against a force of 27 Japanese fighters in their first combat mission, Singapore, January 12, 1942. The Brewster Buffalo was not a great plane, and I think the Zero was far better than it from what I know of those Second World War aircraft. And very often, the Allies, we had the lesser performing aircraft out in the Far East. Another lovely kit. Others in the series, the Hawker Tempest, Dassault Mirage 3, P-47D Thunderbolt, ME-262A. And there we have the markings again. So I'll put that at the top of the pile. And next up is the Hawker Tempest. Now I thought this was more of a ground attack plane. This one, Nicosia based Mark 6 Tempest of the famous RAF 6 Squadron, the flying can openers, turn out of the sun to attack us in a search interception exercise, Cyprus 1945. Again, a bit of something dust, I don't know what you call it on the box there. There's the kit, Lesney, England, 1974 again in the top. On top of the pile. It's okay, we're not going to get to the ceiling, not out of this box, it's quite a small box really. Then another one in that series, the P-47D Thunderbolt. Thunderbolts of the US 9th Air Force saw, can't quite read that, on a train busting mission, D-Day 6th of June 1944. So on a train busting mission, they're the D-Day markings. Great plane, the Thunderbolt, quite powerful. Ooh, and a touch of blue on this one. So there's another one to the top of the pile. Not too many left now. There is the 262, the ME-262, one of the first jet fighters to exist. Some say maybe the first, who knows? Some say the Gloucester Whittle E-2839 was the first jet fighter to fly, although that was experimental. So this one, B-17s of the US Air Force experienced the devastating speed and firepower of the world's first operational jet fighter, the ME-262A of 1A Schaub, 1944. Lovely looking plane, isn't it? So sleek for the 1940s and so deadly against the US Air Force there. You know, they're protecting them, their own 50 caliber machine guns and the P-51 Mustangs if it was long range. They weren't a match for these boys. Right, up to the top of the pile. I can see this is the last of the Airfix kits in this box, and we have the Grumman Hellcat. A Hellcat of VF1, the high hats, rose from the flight deck of the USS Yorktown during the Mariana Turkey shoot of June 19th, 1944. The Hi-Hats destroyed 37 of the, I've got to read that close, 354 Japanese aircraft claimed that day by a combined force of 15 US carriers. Wow, that's some fight. Hellcat was a good fighter, powerful fighter from what I remember. And then in this series we have the MiG-21, the Mirage, the Harrier and the ME Bf-109. Another kit, I don't believe the box has been opened. Obviously the sellotape's peeling. Let's just work this out, 25, 26. These are 49 years old, these boxes we've been looking at. I mean, it's not quite as old as me. It is not quite as old as me. I'd be 11 in that year. Oh. This is the last Airfix kit in there, and it's the Mark 1 Harrier. How that changed over its life. I wish we were still flying them. We scrapped them all just after we'd refitted them to, I think, GR4 or 5 standard, and then we sold them to the US Air Force or Marines, probably cheaply. Nobody else maybe wanted them, or we couldn't sell them to anyone else. Anyway, that aside, MiG-21, Grumman Hellcat, Nat Mark 1 trainer in Red Arrows. Is that Red Arrows livery? It is. And Mirage Pre-C. Again, another box that probably hasn't been opened. The sellotape's still on that side. It's gone from that side. I bet if I looked in the bottom of the box, I'd find the peeled sellotapes. If you train guys have stuck with this video, here's your reward. It's an R324 Dyna in red and silver. We opened one of these in box number 2. That's in the Bob Somerville Collection videos, and that was the 3rd video. Let's get this guy out. Ooh, he wants to roll out, unlike some of them. And there he is. From this side, top condition. I noticed there is a flaw there, but that's a manufacturing flaw. I noticed it's on this side. That is a manufacturing flaw. Needs the Dyna car. I don't know if you can just see the lights in there. Yeah, you can. Again, perfect condition. I'm not going to put him in his box yet because we're nearing the end of this box. What we got here? Oh, another Vista down coach, which was from my previous video, the star of the video. And can it be the star again? It looks perfect, absolutely perfect. Manufacturing mark there. They must have had problems with those. And aren't they just gorgeous? Don't you just like the look of those? Perfect. I must make a rule, you can't be the star of the video twice in a row. So what else we got? We've got an R021 Black and Rioche mineral wagon that, to be honest, doesn't look like he's been out of box. I'm going to take him out of box because it's easy to do on these particular ones. We'll have a close look at him. He looks in great condition, and looking at those wheels, he's not been run. He's perfect. So over there. So what's the star of this video? Well, for me, I'm off to pick the Colgate wagon. In its box. Box is great, never run. Close tie second, the one we've just opened. I loved all the Airfix kits, but how do you pick from so many Airfix kits? I'm just going to take the camera back there, and oh, I'm on wheels, so it's all right. And there we are, That's how many there were. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. There will be more videos in this collection. There's at least another 8 boxes I've already got in the garage. As you can see, we're getting mixed boxes now. We've had cars, we've had Triang trains, we've had Hornby, we've had Lima, we've now got Matchbox coming in, Airfix type kits. I think we're in for some more surprises as well. All these will be going on eBay. I might combine the Matchbox kits to try and get the 4 on each side in the same lot, because believe me, there's a lot of posting to do and a lot of taking of pictures. It'll just make it easier, and I think people might like the 4 that are on each side. I'll do my best. Thank you for watching once again. Bye for now.